All right, guys.
Coach, how would you sum up tonight's game as well as the season?
No juice tonight, for sure. I think we left it all in Chicago. I was really proud of this group, though, because I issued them a challenge. You know, it probably didn't mean much to the rest of the league, but for us it was something. And you know, the last 7 games, I challenged them, you know, can we win a series? And we got down 3-1 and we pushed it to a game 7. So it was a good lesson for these guys. But it was also a good lesson for them to understand what it takes to get over the hump in the game 7 against a team that was desperate. And credit to Case and his guys. They really came out and played the right way in a game like that. They really got after us. They didn't take it light. They didn't take it for granted. They were playing the youngest team, the last place team in the league. They came in and gave it to us and played a really hard, detailed game.
And that was the thing, Coach. You were aware when they came in that they needed this game.
Oh yeah. That's why I liked about it. That was it somehow it all kind of shaped up to where, you know, my little, you know, my mock series and the 7th game ended up being, you know, something meaningful. You know, and like I said, credit to them. They really took it to us.
Yeah, David, how relieved, though, are you that it's over and, you know, maybe you could move on to something else?
Yeah, just excited for the summer. You know, it's a lot of good stuff we can take from this season, especially with these young guys. You know, the fact that, you know, Mitchell Robinson finished 2nd in blocks in the league. I mean, I don't know if anybody going into this thing most people didn't know who he was. And, you know, here he is, you know, playing 20 minutes a game, and he's finishing 2nd in blocks. You know, as up and down as Kevin's season was, you know, for a 19-year-old to do some of the stuff that he did this year, you know, I just reflected with the team. I thought it was exceptional. You know, he's one of 6 teenagers to hit over 100 threes. He made the all-rookie game. You know, he's rookie of the month. He has some, you know, he had a stat line that only LeBron had, you know, as a rookie. So stuff like that were really big positives. And the fact that Zoe came in here and earned a roster spot as a two-way guy was something to marvel at. And so, you know, we're really excited about the future in the summer. You know, we got a big summer ahead of us, a lot of hard work that we got to put in, but I think these young guys are going to be ready to make another big jump.
Big picture-wise, what did you take out from this year?
Big picture-wise, it was good for me because I had to learn how to be patient personally, but as a group, you know, I think we got, you know, a chunk of young guys that can move forward with us in the future and, you know, be able to fill in some spots around, you know, some veteran players and start moving it in the direction of winning.
Coach, I know it was a rebuilding year, but how difficult is it to tie the worst record in franchise history? I know you guys worked hard.
I kind of got over that a long time ago. You know, when I signed up from the very beginning to be the head coach of the Knicks, you know, coming into this first year, I put my ego to the side when it came to the record. You know, I understood it's a big picture thing that we have to stick to. You know, if I'd have got out to a point where I'm chasing wins and worrying about my personal record, it would have knocked us off of what we were trying to do. And so, you know, we got the wins where we can get them. You know, it's probably 10 to 12 games there during the season that we would want back, that we lost in the last, you know, 2 minutes of the game. But those are all great experiences for these young guys because when the time comes and they get some more, you know, now that they got a lap under their belt, I think next year is going to really help them be better.
You've talked about sending the players out for a couple of weeks. How much do you need a breather after 17?
I can definitely use one for sure. You know, I would say that the challenge for me this year was, you know, always getting myself back, you know, revved up to stand in front of them and lead them. You know, it's a very taxing position, knowing that you got to carry that weight, but it was great for me. Great learning experience. I had never, you know, the team I had in Memphis were veterans, you know, and, you know, it went to the exact opposite. So for me, it was really a great experience of learning, you know, what guys can pick up fast, how they can learn it, what they don't pick up. you know, and some of the stuff I thought was great and cute, some of it didn't work. And so it's good for me to go back to the lab and you know, reevaluate some things and, you know, come back the next year better.
Coach, you sort of just answered it, but is there something you would have done differently this season?
Not really.
Did anything, I mean, you kind of said it too, but did anything surprise you about, because obviously before the season you said the challenge that this was going to be like and kind of what you expected, but did anything crop up that surprised you about what this whole thing was like?
Mitchell, out of everybody, because I had no idea who this kid was. And you know, and Scott and them were talking about him, and, you know, we watched the little bit of film that we had for the draft, but he, you know, once he got here, he kept growing so fast. It was just like, you know, we really fell into something here with this kid. I mean, I think if we can all agree, if we had to restructure the draft right now, I don't think he'll go 36, you know. I think he'd be in that top 10 pretty easily. And so for us to pluck that away and to have a two-way guy who ends up getting a contract, you know, Kevin played as a ninth pick should. He's talented, he's young. But those two guys were surprises for us to get that late. You know, kudos to Scott Perry and the staff.
To go back to the self-evaluation, what did you learn new about yourself as, excuse me, you got a cold, about yourself as a head coach?
I stop. I would say probably the biggest thing is I can't be so hard on myself. I'm kind of like the young players, you know. I really take it home with me, and you know you're going into battle, maybe not with you know, all the guns that the teams that you're playing against have, but you're still so competitive that, you know, you think, oh, what if I'd have ran this, or if I could have done this, and I really take it home with me. You know, and I think, you know, going back to what Steve asked is, you know, going home, beating myself down, and then having to re-energize myself to jump back up in front of that group and get them, you know, because, you know, I couldn't have bad days, you know, and so I had to really learn how to self-evaluate without it being an absolute beat-down session on myself.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about looking towards the summer. Is that your complete outlook, or do you find yourself sort of peaking towards next season too?
No, it's right back. I'm very methodical. I try not to let myself get too far ahead of anything. You know, and so right now it's you know, I'm gonna take my little bit of time to regroup, you know, mentally, but you know, I'm already itching to get into the gym with Kevin and these guys and start that process of getting them to that next level. So I'm really excited about the summer with that.